Diplomatic efforts to de escalate tensions between the United States and Iran have intensified, with Pakistan playing a central role in facilitating dialogue. On Saturday, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian held a 90-minute phone call marking the PM's second conversation with the Iranian leader in 5 days. Both discussions focused on de escalation and exploring pathways to dialogue as Islamabad prepared to host a four-country meeting considered crucial to the emerging peace initiative. In Islamabad, the foreign ministers of Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt arrived to engage in discussions aimed at addressing the ongoing regional crisis. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Saud Dar held productive talks with Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati, reaffirming their commitment to strengthen bilateral relations, enhance economic cooperation, and coordinate on regional and global issues of mutual interest. Dar also spoke with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, emphasizing the importance of de escalation and stating that dialogue and diplomacy remain the only viable path to lasting peace. He stressed the need for an end to all attacks and hostilities and affirmed Pakistan's commitment to supporting efforts aimed at restoring regional stability. In a positive development, Dar announced that Iran has agreed to allow 20 additional ships under the Pakistani flag to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, with two ships crossing daily. He described this as a constructive gesture that could bolster regional stability and reinforce collective efforts toward peace. Meanwhile, Pakistan's ports have seen increased activity amid disruptions in the Persian Gulf due to Iran's retaliatory closure of the Strait of Hormuz following US-Israel attack. The Port Qasim Authority reported handling 450,000 tons of petroleum fuel across 17 ships in March, with arrivals from Oman, Fujairah, Singapore, Sohar, Yambu, and Iraq. The introduction of night navigation for LPG ships, modernized systems, and dedicated terminals has ensured smooth operations, while bunkering activities also rose. Transshipment operations increased, with the Qasim International Container Terminal handling 348,520 foot equivalent units across two vessels. Despite concerns over the Middle East war and rising fuel prices, tourism in Gilgit-Baltistan has rebounded. Foreign and domestic tourist arrivals have surged, with applications for climbing and trekking permits surpassing last year's figures. Tourists from countries including Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia have arrived both by air and road, visiting popular destinations such as Skarduk. Pakistan is home to 5 of the world's 14 peaks, exceeding 8,000 meters, including K2, Nanga Parbat, and Gusher Brahm 1 and 2. Officials noted that the climbing and trekking season typically runs from June to mid-August, and current permit applications indicate optimism for recovery in foreign tourist arrivals this year. In domestic peace initiatives, a Pak Afghan peace jirga is scheduled in Peshawar on March 31st to urge leadership from both countries to de-escalate tensions. Organized by Aspire, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Qawmi Islahi Tehreek, the forum will include national and political leaders, tribal elders, religious scholars, civil society members, and media representatives from both Pakistan and Afghanistan. The Jirga aims to promote sustainable peace, mutual respect, and confidence building measures, culminating in a joint declaration for submission to the government of both nations. On the economic front, Pakistan's exports to major Western European markets have stagnated despite GSP Plus status, while total exports to the EU recorded a marginal year-on-year increase of 0.95% to $6.122 billion between July and February 2025 to 2026. Shipments to Northern and Western Europe have declined. Germany and the Netherlands saw slight decreases, while France and Belgium also reported reductions in imports from Pakistan. Exports to Southern and Eastern Europe, including Spain and Italy, experienced a modest growth, yet the ongoing Middle East conflict and rising input costs are expected to further challenge Pakistan's exporters in retaining market share.